Friends, Americans, country people, it is time to permeate the veil of lies and lift the blinding white light of Inquisition by blowing the smoke of clarity onto the news events of the day. And here we go, from one of the most reputable, if not the most old and reputable sources, Weekly World News. It says it right there in the headline, the world's only reliable news. And on NewsGuard, it is given, because BS News only uses 100% yellow-rated, certified NewsGuard sites. Weekly World News tells us Santa has COVID. Uh-oh. What's he going to do? As COVID-19 numbers climb through their winter wave, second or third depending on who you ask, countries across the world are moving back towards lockdown and closures. What's Santa going to do? I mean, well, lockdowns shouldn't stop him from coming down the chimney, right? So he can still come down the chimney. But then, well, would he go to every house or would he keep social distancing? You know what he could do is, instead of providing a lump of coal for Bad Billy, that naughty little child that was going to get a lump of coal, he could just go in there, slide down the chimney, go to Billy's room, and just breathe on him. There's a little COVID for you, Billy. Survive this, he might grow up to be a good boy. Santa's got options. It'll save him on the weight of coal, that's for sure. There's one place on the planet, though, that can't afford to close down: the North Pole. That's why there were grim faces yesterday when two elves presided over a hastily assembled press conference. They announced that the novel coronavirus had arrived on their doorstep. I mean, doesn't Santa socially distance the rest of the year? I mean, who does he have dropping by to pay him a visit? "Welcome," said Gingerbread, a 900-year-old elf who serves as the North Pole's unofficial press secretary. "We can now confirm Santa Claus tested positive for COVID-19. Claus falls into several high-risk categories. He's old, been around a little while, huh? His exact age is not known, but who is at least 1,200 years old. I'd say that's old. Overweight, but to be fair, he's only overweight outside of the United States. Well, at least outside of Mississippi. Anywhere else, yeah, he might be a little overweight, but there he'd fit in perfectly. In fact, they'd probably ask him to put on a few pounds. Just pack a few more on there. Let's get those little muffin tops a little more muffiny. Bake that over the side a little more. And has pre-diabetes, according to Nutmeg, an elf who doubles as his private physician. "I'm not trained exactly, although I am the one who makes the toy stethoscopes." Yeah, I mean, they work just as well, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be called stethoscopes. Despite his risk factors, Santa has not shown severe symptoms yet. See, Santa's asymptomatic. You know what's going to happen is reindeer's going to crash and they're going to say he died of COVID. Some duck hunter is going to shoot him out of the sky and they're going to say, died of COVID. He's going to fly into a jet engine, get splattered on as a paste. He's going to freckle the side of the jet. They're going to say he died of COVID. For a man, a being of his age and weight, he's in superb shape. I mean, you'd have to be to get around the entire world, wouldn't you? I mean, look, even race car drivers have to be in good shape to not fall asleep in that car or driving left turns for 500 freaking miles. Probably has something to do with him being immortal and magical. Still, out of an abundance of caution... Oh, thought it was still the elf. I was wrong. Still, out of an abundance of caution, Santa is quarantining himself from Mrs. Claus and the rest of the toy workshop. "The elves are okay with it," said Sprinkles, who is a middle manager in the workshop. "He's kind of a jerk this time of year. But I don't think Mrs. Claus is thrilled by this. I overheard her telling a friend on the phone how much she looks forward to shaking like a bowl full of jelly, if you know what I mean. I don't." North Pole representatives say that Santa is still planning on making his Christmas Eve toy run. His sleigh is being outfitted with plastic shields in anticipation of the night, so he's going to have a Pope-mobile sleigh. Okay. "He has every intention of carrying out his duties," said Gingerbread. "No intention of becoming a super spreader. I think anybody has the intention. But like I said, he should really consider, like, you're a naughty boy this year, little junior. Oh. The one sticking point was the mask. For the most part, he's been compliant with our recommendations, said Nutmeg, but he really balked at the mask. He said that his face has to be visible. It's his thing. He agreed to fold up his beard over his mouth and keep it in place with the bobby pins when there is any risk of being within 6 feet of anyone else. Gross. To cover the cost of the sleigh shields and other necessary remediation, the North Pole has begun selling sanitizer, hand sanitizer in small red and green bottles. It smells like eggnog. I'll drink it. So what's this about Santa? If Santa's got COVID, who's going to deliver the gifts? Is Bender going to help? I don't think this year. That doesn't happen for 1,000 years. Who could possibly help Santa? How are the little boys and girls going to get the gifts that they want? Is Toys for Tots going to cover everybody? Maybe you should consider donating to Toys for Tots because of that. But this is sad. This is something that you need to pay attention to. Keep up to date with it. Because if Santa can't deliver the gifts, parents may just have to go out and buy gifts on their own for their children. And lie. Say it came from Santa. And to be fair, I don't think anybody wants that. With that, the truth is made clear, blowing smoke to obfuscate spin, lies, and ignorance. Blowing smoke news.